This is This Week in Gallup, and I'm Barbara Stanley. Fran Pawlowski is with me, and we're talking about the Kiwanis Club. Now, we were supposed to talk about this last year. Was that your 100th year?
It was. Actually, 2020 was our 100th year.
But we didn't, 2020 got cut off because of COVID.
Yeah, we only had, 3 months, I think, in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just went away.
Well, most of us disappeared for about 9 months. We went into hibernation.
Right.
Yes.
And think about that. That's pretty exciting. I know that everyone knows the name Kiwanis and Kiwanians, but what actually, and give us a little history of the Kiwanis, since we're celebrating their 100th year.
Well, Kiwanis actually is a worldwide organization. I think most people don't understand that, but it is. Anywhere you go, almost every country in the world, except I'm not too sure about North Korea, you're probably going to find a Kiwanis Club or two. And basically it's service oriented. We're not supposed to be politically motivated. We're not supposed to be what's in it for us. We are supposed to be of service. Basically for youth, but also let's make our community better. So that means everybody.
That means everybody is included.
Mm-hmm.
Who can join the Kiwanis?
Well, if you're a male, you can join the Kiwanis. If you're a female, you can join the Kiwanis. If you're an American, you can join the Kiwanis. It's open to everybody.
If you're an American from Gallup and you go to France and you want to go to a Kiwanis meeting, you can do that.
Yes, especially if you speak Polish, it would go over very well.
You think so?
Yes, I do. A lot of people in Paris speak Polish.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm certain probably the Kiwanis Club does.
I could find out.
You could find that
Yes.
out. Well, that's a new challenge for you this year.
I do need challenges because I have to make up for the 9 months that were subtracted.
That you didn't get to talk.
Yes.
Okay. The in Gallup, how long have we had the Kiwanis Club?
1920.
1920.
Yep.
That was what was happening in Gallup in 1920.
Well, I'd like to tell you, I could remember what was happening in Gallup in 1920, but my memory only goes back to 1941, so I can't remember.
Just think, automobiles weren't that big. We used to have a lot of wagon traffic in 1920.
Well, the year before, Rico Menapace opened up this business that actually sold trucks and cars.
Right.
So
Rico
that was
Motors.
That was a big deal.
I was always amused. My uncle was with General Motors, and he lived in Nebraska. And they, of course, had big meetings. That was the times in the 60s when they were starting to meet. And so at one meeting he went to, the major truck dealership for GM trucks in the United States of America was Rico Motors in Gallup. And
I'm not surprised.
well, no one at this table with all these the executives from GM knew where Gallup, New Mexico was. What is this? Where is it that sold X amount of trucks? Because they were selling thousands of trucks here.
I'd be surprised. I mean, they were probably meeting in Michigan. Maybe a certain percentage of those individuals didn't know where New Mexico was.
Yep.
Forget about
Gallup.
Gallup. And
So anyway, Rico started the year before
before we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of your major projects with Kiwanis all these years, and you've been, I think, pretty successful with it, but I'm wondering how if it's gonna last, is you've given dictionaries out to what grade?
Third graders.
Third graders.
There was, why not second graders? Why not fourth? Why should it be third graders? And there was some research done by a very well-known, prominent individual or a group of people who figured out, third graders, that's when they need dictionaries. So that's what we've been doing for the last 12 years, or maybe 15.
And in Gallup, how many of the schools are you giving them out to?
We give it to every third grade student in McKinley County.
In McKinley County?
Yes.
The whole county? I think there's what?
Yeah.
21 elementary schools.
We make a lot of deliveries.
Yeah, well, that's exciting, Fran.
And it's a long way to Crown Point Elementary.
Yeah.
But you can go further than Crown Point and still be...
In McKinley County.
Yes, you can. I forgot the name of the school, but we deliver out there. We deliver to Crystal, New Mexico.
It used to, oh, at Crystal too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that Crystal is not in McKinley County. That
Well,
one, Pueblo Pintada used to have a great school up there.
yeah.
And that's up above Crown Point, so that's exciting. But how many kids then, or how many dictionaries are we talking about? Thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, I imagine, my guess would be 5,000 to 6,000 dictionaries every year. They come in packets of 24.
Okay.
And when you pick up the first packet of 24, it's pretty easy. When you get to about the 10th or 12th packet, they get heavier, I guess.
It's really bad, huh?
Well, I think the dictionaries, as you pick up more
heavier.
words are added, and the dictionaries get heavier. So
It's a pretty instantaneous thing then.
we try to deliver within 2 months. And there are usually about 5 or 6 of us who take the brunt.
How many fundraisers do you have to accomplish all this?
Quite a few.
Right.
Yeah, and the pancake breakfast used to be our big fundraiser, and that went by the wayside.
Yeah,
as well.
2020.
Yeah, it had to.
So are you guys doing virtual things now since 2020 hit, or you're not meeting?
Yeah, we are meeting virtually, and hopefully that will end kind of soon. Years ago, Kiwanis met at the El Rancho for years and years and years.
Right.
And actually they still have a sign in the lobby that the Kiwanis Club meets there every Thursday. But I don't think we have for quite a while. But we want to get back into a facility like that, so that people know where we're at.
Right.
And it's easily accessible. And we look forward to that if El Rancho will have us. So.
Those, you have a special date and a special time and all of that. How many fundraisers did you have last year? Not many, did you?
Not many, if any. The year before, we came up with a good one, and it was called Night Golf. And it's an amazing experience.
What is it?
Actually, they use golf balls that glow in the dark. They're not legitimate golf balls, okay? And when the ball is struck and it starts going up, you can see it going. And so when we started our first night golf tournament, and I guess that was in 2019, in July or August, a group of 4 starts on every hole. So you have 18 holes.
Right.
So you'd see an arc going this way, which was purple, another one going that way, which was orange, another one going blue, another one going green. It was absolutely spectacular. And you can't hit it very far, and the ball is very light.
And they just do one hole? Each team does?
No, you play.
Oh, you play all 18?
I think so. Yeah, we were there. We didn't
If
get out
they
till
all
midnight.
start on a hole, how do you move them around? I mean.
Well, after you finish 18, you go to 1.
Oh,
And the first people on 1 went to 2.
Oh, okay.
They're primarily men, so you kind of have to give them a lot of directions, you know?
Your fellow males are not going to.
Yeah, they know that, especially golfers, you know.
Golfers know all these things.
Yes, they know that the 7th hole follows the 6th, and they can figure it out.
It's exciting. That's really.
That was a great fundraiser for us.
Yeah, and so how much does it cost to enter?
Well, we enter teams. You can't enter as an individual, and there are different levels of teams and sponsorships and stuff like that. But basically, I think it's about cost factors maybe $100 a person if you want to just do the basic.
And also the other fundraiser that you used to have was a casino night, didn't you?
That was before my time.
Okay.
If it was before my time, I started Kiwanis in 1980. And you're going to remember the name of the restaurant because it was out on West 66. I think the Shalimar Inn had just been built or was pretty new. And there was a restaurant there, and I can't remember the name.
It was in the Shalimar. It was just the Shalimar restaurant.
Shalimar restaurant.
Yeah,
and
that's
we met there for years. And
it was a really nice hotel.
It was.
Yeah, very nice.
It was a nice place to meet.
So you have golf, night golf, and what other? Pancake breakfast?
Basically, that's all we need. If we do it right, our job is not to do a whole bunch of different events because we are 17 strong in membership. So we have to make sure we pick and choose.
Right.
And conserve our energy and do right. So.
How many people, I mean, is there a limit to the number of Kiwanians we can have?
I would like to think there is, but I know there isn't, so we can have as many as we want.
All right. Do you still sponsor the high school team? They had young Kiwanians or?
Oh yeah, we have in the high school age, there are different Kiwanis groups within the Kiwanis family, as they refer to, and the high schoolers are called key clubbers.
Okay, that I forgot.
Key club.
Right.
Yeah, we still do, and actually the moderator of that key club at Gallup High and the one at Miami, both of them are members of the Kiwanis Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a really, really good training for young people. We don't have a lot of places now where service and service to your community are the main theme. You know, we do. I think colleges want you to write that down on your resume, but it's not as if they really care. So I think training is actually going out and doing the fundraisers and spending the money properly and
the key clubbers are amazing to me. I think
they have energy.
They really do, and they have fun, and you get a little further down the age line, and you forgot that this should be fun. We should be providing a service that's fun to us and that's worthwhile.
So besides the dictionaries, do you do other service projects for the community?
Oh, we help out. One of our projects, I guess, big time was when the Playground of Dreams was built on the north side.
I know what I don't know is do we have two Kiwanian clubs, morning and?
No,
just one.
At one time, it started off with one group, and then in 1986, a second group was begun.
One was breakfast, one was lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and then that worked for more than 15 years, but then it didn't work. So came back to one.
Back to one?
Yeah.
That, I think service clubs throughout the country, Fran, they're losing membership because life seems to be just too full of other things. I mean, you know, women's clubs are just gone because the women all wanted to join men's clubs. And so the women's groups are just gone. But even the men's groups are not as large and as firm as they used to be, are they?
Well, I can't speak for other groups. I can only speak for ours. And Kiwanis became co-ed. I'm not quite sure when that happened, but there have been women who've been members of Kiwanis for
years,
more than
yeah. Oh, yeah.
25 years,
Right.
I think, maybe 30. I'm not quite sure.
Well, that Kiwanis was one of the first clubs to become co-ed too.
Yeah, and I think part of that was because it had a worldwide structure. I think that was part of it. One of the best fundraisers that Kiwanis ever did was the Christmas tree thing over at the Rio West Mall. Oh man, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. And then we kind of ran out of energy because it was so demanding. Oh.
One of the things that I tell all you know, public service kinds of groups is you have to see if your project that you want to do is cost effective for not only how much money you make, but how much energy you have to expend. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you find that the best project is just really not cost effective when it comes to the energy expended.
And I think Festival of Trees is what it was called, and it's still going on, but after we decided we couldn't handle it anymore, the Seroptimus Club handled it for 3 years or 4 years.
And then they couldn't
handle it. And now it's the North Side Food Pantry folks that we help them a lot on that.
Well, I think that's what I was going to say is at this point in time, I'm thinking that public service groups are going to have to start cooperating and combining for big projects because there are so few people that are involved in public service anymore.
Well, the Kiwanis Club is one of them.
And you're all doing, with 17 of you, you do a tremendous job passing out that many dictionaries.
There are about 6 of us who are basically the road warriors, you know, going down to Rama, wherever we have to go, you know, we'll do.
Well, as you know, I think every group has those that are really active and those that aren't so active, Fran. So.
Well, some of them help in other ways.
Right.
You know, you still have to keep track of the books and, you know, distribute the books to the right places at the right time, and we've got it down now.
Pretty padded.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay Kiwanians, the international group, a fee or?
Yeah, it's a structured fee. It costs at least $100 a year to be a member of Kiwanis. I think maybe on the high end $150. I really don't know.
That's for the club to
we paid to the club, and part of that goes to international, part of it goes to national, part of it goes to the Southwest District. I think it's $150. I think our share of it's about 35 or 40. Most of it goes further up the chain.
Okay.
So we still have to have some fundraisers.
That's a pretty steep.
It is, and I think that's the price that a group pays if it's worldwide.
Right.
So
you get a lot of support and
help?
Yes,
yes, especially from the Southwest District. Lots of people think that Kiwanis Park south of Gallup is basically run by the local Gallup group, but we don't have anything to do with its management at all. It's owned and operated by the Southwest District. We can go down there and we can have meetings, but like any other group, we can rent it. And it's a wonderful place. to have a weekend
A lot of school groups
retreat.
use that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Anything, have we missed anything about Kiwanis?
I'm sure we have. And tomorrow morning about 3:30 when it hits me.
You'll call me?
Yes, I'll
Good,
be the
okay.
first to know and you'll be the second.
All right, that's good. Yeah.
You'll be waiting for my call?
I will, I'll be up and alert.
Yes,
Yes, that's important.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the phone to ring more than 2 times.
Our phone only rings 3 and then it quits, so you're in luck there.
I think we've covered a lot of the bases in our basic structure, and anybody who's watching or hearing, my name and my phone number is in the phone book, and I told one of our prominent owners of a restaurant that about 6 months ago, because he said, I couldn't, I don't have your number. I mean, I couldn't call you, but I had this great idea. And I said, well, why don't you look in the phone book? And he said, what's a phone book?
Well, and there's nothing in the phone book anymore, Fran. Have you looked at the phone book?
They're all ads,
Yeah.
basically for food.
Yeah, well, that's what we do here. We eat a lot.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you can find, or go to the chamber, they can find you. If they're interested in Kiwanis, would like to join. But the Chamber of Commerce is a really good place to for that kind of information.
Yep, it is.
And so, who's the president this year? You? Again? Do you have to you have to serve again?
I am the president this year.
And
Yeah.
how about 2020?
I wasn't the president.
You weren't the president?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I assumed office in October, so I did part of 20. And I'll do most of my term. We switch over in September, October.
Okay. Well, that was smart to pick up when there wasn't anything happening. You're a genius.
I have a real talent for that.
Yeah, good.
Go
Good for you.
volunteer for something that requires no work.
Anyway, we thank you very much. Good luck with Kiwanis.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
And
you're retired and you're working.
thanks for laughing at most of my jokes.
Well, I think you're funny. So that's.
On occasion, my wife does. So,
2 of us.
hey,
What a crowd this is. This is COVID comedy.
I can see a Fran fan club forming. Very,
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming by, and we'll say good night and good day and all those good things. So,
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
and all of that. Thanks, Fran.